Pistons, they lose 113 to 105. Disappointing. Highly disappointing. I think the series is over with. I don't want to even see them play no more. I don't really watch the NBA outside of them, and I might try to watch Anthony Edwards, but I don't even want to see it no more, man. I done seen enough from Jalen Duren. Towards that fourth quarter, he played really, really well. And this is a game that you had to have. They couldn't get it. Tobias Harris gave you one of his two good games for the series. So he gave you one of his two good games for the series, and you wasted it. It was a series. You had that game you had to have, and Duren has just not showed up. That's just the fact of the matter of it. And they're gonna ride off with him. And I don't blame JB Bickerstaff for riding off with your horses. You know, whoever brought you to the dance, that's who you should lead a dance with. And they about to leave. So they're going to go down as with the most fraudulent number one seed in NBA history. Detroit is always constantly on the bad side of it. The Lions look like we was about to do it, and they duped us, and the Pistons did the same thing. I think it may be need time for a roster rehaul, but the whole time, Desmond Bane, he the one that really showed up for them. Suggs he's been more than what he's been in other games this series. And Franz, you know, he's been their closer, making big shots. Paolo made the double clutch three. It's a wrap for the Pistons, man. Fraudulent team, man. Fraudulent team. Fraudulent. Frauds. And it hurt your heart to say it, dog. It really do. But, Duren is getting outplayed by Wendell Carter. And it ain't even close. It ain't even close. Like, I don't know where his head is at, but he can walk to the Los Angeles Lakers. And I like Jalen Duren, but I didn't seen enough. I seen him versus the Knicks last year. He didn't show up. And had he showed up versus the Knicks, they win that series. You know? And you don't want to kill the kid confidence and by, just going with Paul Reed and Isaiah Stewart, because that's what the fuck I would do, to be honest with you. But, he just showed right now he ain't good enough to be 2. He ain't good enough to be 3. So, statistically, Tobias Harris has been your second best offensive player. And Nassar Thompson, he came alive today. He been aggressive. And, that benching by JB Bickerstaff, certain bolts for certain buttons need to be pushed for people. He knows how to get to Nassar Thompson. And that just lets you know how good of a coach he is. But honestly, I think this core has ran their course, bro. I ain't seen enough of it. I wouldn't mind bringing back Tobias Harris, though. Because you know what you got? Asar Thompson, Kay Cunningham, Duncan Robinson. But everybody else, they can kick rocks. Isaiah Stewart, But Karis LeVert, horrible. Just think about how different it would have been had they gotten to kill Alexander Walker. That's what they wanted. That's how they ended up with Karis LeVert. Look how different this team would have been. But it's not. They didn't want to make a move for a guy like C.J. McCollum at the trade deadline. And now you look at it, and I think they got a plan. I think, Terazian Langdon wanted to see everything in its totality and get his core, but it's enough. Blow it up. Blow it up. I didn't seen enough. Blow it up. I'm willing to keep Duncan for shooting, Cade, Thompson, Stu. That's it. Dennis Jenkins, because he on the cheap. I knew he wasn't going to show up because, I knew he wasn't going to show up. That was a given. Karis LeVert just wasn't going to show up, and Herter started to find her, but all of them can go. I didn't seen enough. Expansion draft or let these motherfuckers go. Because, what they need to do is, man, I don't know where you find the center at next year. That's a great question. I don't know where you will find the center at. But anybody can do what the fuck Jalen Duren doing. You good with Paul Reed starting that position. Honestly, you good at keeping Paul Reed, but I don't know who would be available, but to get outplayed by Wendell Carter and y'all share a common bitch and you getting outplayed by him like that, I don't even want to see this nigga on the team no more, dog. It's like what are you doing? This nigga is dogging you. And when he started playing defense, they made a run. They came back down from 15. He was blocking shots. I ain't seen enough, bro. If you're going to go get Kyrie, if you're going to go get a guy like Clay off the bench to help you a little bit, or a guy like Kyrie, you go get you a 4. I don't know where you're going to get you a 4 from. They need a lot of help. He needs some help. He need more than just another guy on the wing. You know, they need a guy like that can play the four, that can at least hit that three in the corner, that can rebound. You know, but today they just suck, man. If K don't do it, you know, even when K was scoreless in the second quarter, they kept it fairly close. Thompson, you know, he did his job. But at this point, dog, I'm ready to cash the chips in for known commodities. I'm ready to say K and Thompson in the starting lineup, and everybody else can go. You can move Duncan to the bench. You know, I'll go get Kyrie. I'll go get Kyrie. I don't know who else gonna be available, but I'll go get Kyrie. At that point, gotta find you a four. They want to arm and leg for a guy like Lauri Markkanen. But at this point, I may look into that. Kyrie, Lauri Markkanen, you got Thompson, you gotta find you a five. Man, I ain't paying Duren. Fuck no, he can walk to LA. He can walk to LA. Give me somebody who can rebound and block a shot. That's all I'm looking for. Rebound. Do what Wendell Carter doing. That's all I need you to do. Rebound and block a shot. You know, maybe they can go out there and get Miles Turner at this point, but yeah, man, I done seen enough. But, you know, in general, I don't watch the NBA no more. It's hard. It's a hard watch. It's a very hard and difficult watch. You know, and I hate to say that it's a very hard and difficult watch. I really hate to say that because, you know, we was just at the barbershop watching OKC, and it was like, it's hard to watch. You know, I had my haircut, they shot 50 free throws. You know, they didn't destroy greed and destroy the NBA. But yeah, man, they doing K a disservice. It's kind of like Aiden Hutchinson for years, or Matthew and Calvin Johnson, the Sioux. We paying y'all got to just do everything. Y'all don't need no help. Shit crazy. I think, you know, at this point, you know, by them continuing to play Jalen Duren, and that's what you do. You hope that he figure it out and he have a breakout game. But by you playing Jalen Duren through this tough time, that indicates that they probably gonna pay him. But in my opinion, I would probably start Isaiah Stewart at this point. I would start Isaiah Stewart, and I would just split the rest of the minutes between Paul Reed and Jalen Duren. And maybe Jalen Duren coming off that bench playing against somebody other than Jay. I mean, just imagine. He fucking the bitch you fucking. I don't understand that. And he dogging you. You hit it first in my Ray J. What is you doing, my boy? You supposed to show she picked the wrong guy. You getting outplayed by Wendell fucking Carter. Not Cat. Not Jokic. Not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Wendell fucking Carter, man. Last year was understandable. Cat is a dog. But Wendell Carter, man, they got to find somebody, bro. They got to get this nigga up out of Detroit. They got to. You give him $200 million, unless he ain't going to turn it around. He ain't going to turn it around. Get rid of him. I see what they was getting rid of Zach. Go get Miles Turner. Who else you got? Miles Turner. Oh, you can go get Draymond. Fuck that. I'll go get trade that nigga to Golden State. Give me Draymond. Give me Draymond in the Bay Area up and coming rapper. I'll take Draymond. I keep Tobias, bring him off the bench, get Draymond, get Kyrie. If I can go fuck around and find Miles Turner, where he playing at? Or, you know, because Sabonis would be too expensive at that point. But if I can get, Sabonis, man, come on. I'll give me Sabonis, Draymond, Kyrie, Thompson, Cade, Duncan off the bench, Dennis Jenkins, he too cheap to get rid of. Dennis Jenkins, expansion, Karis LeVert, or put him in the trade. Stu. Shit, Ron probably going in one of them deals. That pick probably gone. Hell yeah, fuck that. That's what I do. I go Draymond, Sabonis, Thompson, Kyrie, Cade. That'll be my five. That's what I do. Flat out. If I can't get Sabonis with Miles, I'll get Miles Turner. Hell yeah. I know y'all like, CJ, you tripping? I ain't tripping. I ain't seen enough. They ain't winning this series, dog. They, you know, they gonna let you down like the fucking Lions always do. But it is what it is, man. I think it's Trajan Langdon gonna probably start to blow it up a little bit now, rightfully so. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the Magic. They just a better team. Hit the link in the description. Find me everywhere. Peace.